welcome to Sneaky Stories, home of short stories you can sneak into your day. Get ready to go on an adventure with some of the Sneaky Universe characters. Today we have a story from the Axolotl Lake series. I'm your storyteller, Pauline, and I can't wait to share today's story with you. Let the adventure begin. Remember, there aren't any pictures, so you'll need to imagine them. You can imagine the pictures any way you like.
Axolotl Lake, the secret realm. Serena and Carlos, two axolotls with bright, shiny, feathery gills, lived by a lake. They had many neighbours, including colourful fish, croaking frogs, quacking ducks, and the wise old turtle named Cato. This particular morning, the sun was high in the sky, and the two axolotls decided to head out to explore a part of the lake they rarely visited. They stumbled upon a shimmering coral pathway. "Hey, Carlos, have you ever noticed this path before?" asked Serena. "No, I don't think so," he replied. "I wonder where it leads." "You know, Carlos, there's only one way to find out." "Hang on, wait!" cried out Carlos, but it was too late. Serena was already making her way down the path. Dragging his tail, Carlos followed. As they made their way down the path, they noticed strange markings etched into the coral. The symbols were unlike anything they'd ever seen before, swirling and intricate as if drawn by an unseen hand. A sense of unease prickled Serena's skin. "Maybe we should turn back," Carlos suggested, his voice barely a whisper. Serena hesitated, her curiosity battling with a growing sense of caution. "But what if this leads to something amazing?" she countered, her eyes gleaming with the thrill of the unknown. Before they could decide, the path abruptly ended, leading them into a hidden clearing and the hidden entrance to a magnificent coral castle. Serena took the lead, swimming cautiously towards the archway. Carlos followed closely, his heart pounding in his chest. As they passed through the shimmering entrance, the world around them shifted and blurred. The familiar lake bed vanished, replaced by a breathtaking vista unlike anything they had ever imagined. Lush coral gardens stretched as far as the eye could see, teeming with vibrant fish and exotic creatures they had only heard about in stories. Serena and Carlos exchanged wide-eyed glances, their initial fear replaced by wonder and excitement. They had stumbled upon a hidden underwater world, a secret realm beyond their wildest dreams. The adventure had just begun. They swam deeper into the vibrant coral gardens. They were surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colours and shapes. Schools of tropical fish darted around them, their scales glittering in the sunlight, filtering through the water above. Serena couldn't contain her excitement. "Carlos, can you believe this? It's like we've entered a whole new dimension." Carlos grinned, his eyes sparkling with amazement. "I know, it's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it." They explored further, marveling at the intricate beauty of the coral formations and the diversity of marine life. Suddenly, Serena heard a beautiful melody coming from somewhere in the distance. "Carlos, do you hear that? Who do you think that is?" Serena pointed eagerly. Carlos listened for the music. "I'm not sure, but let's find out." They swam towards the mysterious sound. As they approached, they realized it was a choir of merpeople. They stopped and stood still, watching the choir sing, enjoying the melodic harmonies. "Hello, little axolotl friends," called out the choir director. "Did you enjoy our song?" "Oh yes, very much. You sounded wonderful," grinned Serena. "We've never heard that song before." "Of course you haven't. That song was only composed yesterday." "Thank you for allowing us to hear it. We will keep going and leave you to your singing," uttered Carlos. "Come on, Serena, let's go." Carlos and Serena swam on further into the castle grounds. They came across a seaweed maze. At the entrance was an eel standing tall like a soldier. "Hello there, axolotls. My name is Sergeant Slither. I protect the visitors to the maze. Would you like to enter it?" "Hello, Sergeant. Could we? That sounds like fun," exclaimed Serena. What do you mean, protect the visitors?" stammered Carlos. "Why do they need protecting? Perhaps we shouldn't enter." "I am here just in case you can't find your way out," replied the sergeant. "Oh, Carlos, don't be a worry worm. Of course we'll find our way out." "I don't know. It looks like a big maze." Carlos eyed the maze nervously. "But, Sergeant," he stammered, "what kind of visitors come here? Surely they wouldn't get lost that easily, would they?" Sergeant Slither gave a toothy grin. "This maze is a bit trickier than it looks, little axolotl. It's filled with playful challenges meant to test wit and teamwork. Sometimes even the bravest adventurers get a little flustered." Serena puffed out her chest. "Challenges? That sounds like fun. Right, Carlos?" Carlos wasn't convinced. He wasn't afraid of a little challenge, but the sergeant's grin seemed a little bit too wide. Still, seeing Serena's enthusiasm, he couldn't back down. "All right," he agreed with a sigh. Sergeant Slither chuckled. "Excellent. Then enter, brave axolotls. Remember, work together and the way out will reveal itself." With a final nod, the sergeant stepped aside. The entrance to the maze loomed before them, a dark tunnel formed by tightly woven strands of seaweed. Taking a deep breath, Serena darted through the opening, a trail of shimmering bubbles marking her path. Carlos hesitated for a moment, then followed, his heart pounding a little faster than usual. Inside, the light dimmed, replaced by a playful pattern of bioluminescent dots that pulsed softly on the seaweed walls. Suddenly, the first challenge appeared. In the center of the tunnel, a large inflatable jellyfish bobbed playfully. A sign above it read, "Pop the correct number of bubbles to pass." Serena swam closer, her eyes sparkling with excitement. She counted 5 bubbles floating around the jellyfish's head. "Looks like we need to pop 5 bubbles, Carlos." Working together, they carefully swam through the tunnel, popping exactly 5 bubbles with their tails. With a satisfying squeak, the jellyfish deflated, revealing a hidden passage behind it. Smiling at their success, they swam through the passage, only to find themselves face to face with another challenge. This time, a series of colourful fish statues lined the walls, each holding a different musical instrument. A sign above them read, "Match the sounds to the pictures." Confused, Carlos looked at Serena. "Sounds? How are we supposed to hear sounds underwater?" Just then, a playful melody started playing, a series of clicks and whistles. As they listened carefully, they realized the melody matched the way the seahorse statue was holding its trumpet. "The sounds are their instruments," Serena exclaimed, pointing. "We need to find the statue that matches the melody." Together, they swam past the statues, mimicking the melody with clicks and whistles. Finally, they reached a clam statue holding a pair of maracas, perfectly mimicking the final notes of the melody. With a satisfying click, the clam statue opened its shell, revealing a shimmering tunnel leading deeper into the maze. As they continued their journey, they faced more challenges, navigating a mini maze of giant, friendly sea turtles who loved to bump and nudge, solving riddles written in bioluminescent ink, and even helping a lost family of tiny shrimp find their way back home. Through it all, they worked together, using their wit, quick thinking, and teamwork to overcome each obstacle. Finally, after a series of giggles, splashes, and near collisions with playful sea creatures, they emerged from the maze, blinking in the bright light. Sergeant Slither stood at the exit, chuckling good-naturedly. "Well done, little axolotls. You conquered the maze." "Thanks, Sergeant," Serena and Carlos replied in unison. "We should start heading back home." "A wise choice. You do not want to get caught here. The path to our realm only appears once every 10 years in your lake. If you do not make it back to the entrance, you will need to wait 10 years before you can go home." "What? Someone should have said that to us when we got here, exclaimed Carlos. You didn't ask, declared the sergeant. Come on, Carlos, let's hurry back. We don't want to be stuck here for 10 years. We'd miss our friends terribly.
If you would like a free Sneaky Universe colouring and activity book, visit www.sneakyuniverse.com/Sneaky Stories Podcast. Sneaky Stories is a Sneaky Universe production. Written, hosted and edited by Pauline Malcoon. The music is by Trailer Works. If you would like more stories, visit www.sneakyuniverse.com.